dudes. I like it. That's freaking Fury of Firestorm. That's sweet. I like
Yeah.
it.
All right, shut that off. Okay.
Welcome. I really hope Hardboiled didn't just subscribe to us. That'd be kind of
I think he subscribed to somebody else.
that'd be a little irritating.
Oh, just subscribe to you, but I think he's talking to Shadow Vet.
Yeah, I gotta understand.
But if he
or
did now,
understand.
yeah, I still say, yeah, fuck you. Well, guys, so a couple things have happened. Nothing really big.
Yeah, been kind of a slow week.
Yeah, so we've been struggling for content.
I almost titled this "We Need Content Again," just like our last one.
Well, a lot of stuff has happened this week. Man, it's even hard to. I don't even know where to start, to be perfectly honest. But I guess let's just start at the beginning.
Yeah, I guess the beginning of the week. Oh, sweet, my Vero thing went away already, so that's cool. Good thing I got Twitter up over on this side. Stupid. Anyways, yeah. So just a lot of social media buzz, a lot of stuff that the whole group, Ray Fisher jumping in, posting some stuff as well. Yeah.
The backup group.
Not necessarily the whole group.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
And Ben Affleck have been quiet, but Jason Momoa, well, I guess Ezra Miller was quiet as well. But Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, and then you have obviously Jay Oliva, the storyboard artist, posting what he posted. Man, I don't even know I really don't even know where to freaking start with all this.
Well, I guess for me, I do want to start. So obviously, Snyder has posted a lot throughout the week, and it is a little disappointing for me specifically that we haven't had anything from Henry Cavill at all. I know, as you mentioned, Gal Gadot, also Ezra Miller. Those were some others that haven't posted anything. It would be nice if all of them started to kind of get behind this a little bit, especially when you look at Henry Cavill, and he's been kind of up in the air for me in terms of, is he going to continue to play Superman? There's been rumors kind of back and forth from the rumor mill if he's going to or not. And I would just love for him to not be, I guess the best way to put it, just like riding that company line, like towing that company line and like, oh yeah, whatever they want him to do. And he's trying to just be so political about it and really not get involved too much, it seems like. And that's a little frustrating because I feel like he would, at this point, the person who, in my eyes, had kind of elevated him a little bit more. Yeah, his production crew or whatever, not his production crew, his team, Danny Garcia and, $7 and everyone kind of along with The Rock, they are awesome. They do a fantastic job and they've helped him as well. But if you look at really what Henry Cavill was doing pre-Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman to what he's doing now, this was kind of the catalyst to elevate him a little bit. And he really hasn't really shown, in my opinion, that respect, aside from, there's been some things early on, but post Batman vs. Superman, there hasn't been a whole lot of support shown on his end. So I'd like to see something a little more, I guess, kind of set in stone, written in stone from him.
Well, he had his chance, so go through some of the comments real quick because we're terrible at comments, but now we got this cool highlighting feature.
Yeah.
Captain Ramsey says, "Sup, see you, man."
Nice.
Sup. So that's cool. Sorry. Hardboiled Entertainment apparently is going to dump us for Chris Wong. Bot Swinton himself.
Wow.
Gets suspended from Twitter because he spams too much. You're going to go to that guy, the bot.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I call him.
All right. I see where your allegiance is.
Go ahead, man.
So, all right. This was the one I was going to show. Yes, Fabian.
Exactly.
I agree. I think unfortunately, he's just kind of, again, towing that company line of, oh, well, here I am. And I just really wish that he would come out and kind of show that backing and the support that others like Jason Momoa. And Jason Momoa shows just all the time. That one video where he's talking about how much appreciation he has for Zach, even though Momoa kind of started becoming more popular to me with the Game of Thrones. And then it was Zach again that elevated him to the next level. So it's kind of cool to see Jason Momoa and the support that he has. I just wish some of the other actors would kind of follow suit. I didn't mean to click on that one.
Yeah, I was just about to, and then all of a sudden it highlighted. I was like, oh,
Perfect.
shit. Yeah, did Mario Robles say something about Cavill's loyalty being in question? Yeah, he put out a list of Snyder loyalists, Momoa, Affleck, and Fisher being in the top 3, and Cavill being at the very bottom, and then Godot not being too far behind. So, yeah, Mario is he's a 50-50 guy. We both have been doing certain research, and like we got a video hopefully that'll be out tomorrow morning about this stuff, a very detailed video. And like one of his tweets is just like the prevailing assembly cut, their Junkie XL score isn't done, like that WB kind of source that you would get from certain things. But then he's also dead on about the reshoots. He was the guy that kind of broke it a little bit about them pretty much reshooting the whole damn movie. So he's a really 50-50 guy. So what he found out about the cast and crew probably is legit. And I don't know what Cavill's loyalties really are. Maybe I don't know. To me, this is the bandwagon to start jumping on. If you want a Man of Steel 2,
yes, exactly,
jump on this bandwagon, because you already had people break the internet when that rumor went about that he was going to leave. Get on this bandwagon and have people support a cut where your face isn't freaking mangled. It's simple as that.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of the surprising thing. You think that he knows he's filmed the scene, so he knows how Snyder's version ends of Justice League. And again, he's not showing that vocal support. He's been all about The Witcher, which has already been signed on for, or they have confirmed there will be a second season of The Witcher, and it hasn't even shown yet. So I guess
we've been getting this question more and more, so I just highlighted it. So
smart, yeah.
Are you guys editing out your swearing in your videos? Mainly the fucks and shits, and which this will probably get hit now. Yeah. Mainly those two, because I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if we are blacklisted with YouTube or what's going on necessarily, but every video we put up, we get a yellow monetization symbol, meaning it's not suitable for advertisers. And this is usually with almost no swearing in it as it is, or maybe one or two. And so we've just been fighting this more and more. So we started censoring it out, and we're still getting it. So at one point, I'm just tempted to say, screw it, or actually, fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly.
And just let us go with it. And, it sucks. I don't know what it is about our content, but for some reason, we constantly get a yellow, not suitable for advertisers symbol. Hell, I put up a video I usually put up videos as a test, sometimes for copyright material, depending on what's in it, and I'll keep it private and stuff like that. I put one up earlier that almost has no dialogue in it whatsoever. It's just visual stuff, and so I check for copyright to see if there's going to be an issue with it, and it still gave us a yellow, not suitable for monetization. And it has almost no dialogue in it. It's just visual stuff. It was crazy. And then eventually, like an hour later, it reverted to good. But it's just, I don't know. We're blacklisted or some shit. I have no idea. And that's kind of why, I know this is kind of going off topic, but that's also another reason why we started a Patreon. We do our best lately, more and more lately, to make really quality videos. And we have Adobe Premiere. And we've been trying to up the scale of our videos more and more. And
actually this, what we're using right now is StreamYard, and we pay $20 a month for this version that has a little bit more bells and whistles to it. I don't know if these comments are a part of that or not.
I don't think so.
Cool, but
I think that's free. But putting our logo up there instead of the StreamYard one is one. And we're hopefully going to start adding this into videos, because now we can record like this for future videos. So now it will incorporate some of our faces with other stuff as well. So that's another reason why we started up the Patreon thing, was to try to kind of fund some of this stuff. I mean, we're not here to try to make fucking a ton of money on it. We just kind of want to pay for the stuff that we're using. And unfortunately,
what? Yes, it was. That's how we got blocked. But
We
part of
got
it
a
is
pity $2 from man.
nice. I like it.
I don't know if it's
Love
pity, but
y'all.
thank you very much.
Boom.
Love
That's
you all.
awesome.
Keep up the fight. Release the Snyder Cut. Thank you for
Yes,
the
that is fantastic.
for the pity fuck.
Yeah. So going back to what Matt was talking about, I know we're kind of on a tangent right now, but with the yellow $sign, the monetization on YouTube, how that kind of works that we found is if you are in the green, YouTube will actually help show your video a little bit more. But if it's not suitable for advertisers, you get kind of held back a little bit, so you
If
can't
they
break
can make
through
money
that.
off of it with you,
Yep.
then you get pushed through the algorithm a lot more. But when we have that yellow muddy symbol, our shit gets dragged. It gets dragged down heavily. And yeah, it's man, it's just tough. Yeah. So we started a Patreon and we didn't really advertise it quite yet. I
Nice.
put up
Shadow Vessel coming in
another
strong.
pity fuck.
Woo! You guys are about to pay for December's Adobe Premiere.
Well, you know what's sad, guys? I'm not taking it anyway. Thank you very much for your money, no matter how much it is. But you know, YouTube will take a percentage of that. So we're probably out of the both, we're probably gonna get $2 because they take a huge percentage of these.
They are worse than the government. Well,
yeah, IRS, you know,
but yeah, exactly.
death. What is it? Fucking death. I forgot how that saying goes. What is it? Death, money, and taxes? What is it? The one thing that's guaranteed is death and taxes.
Yep.
Something like
Exactly.
that. And then YouTube's algorithm screwing it. That's another guarantee.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess if we want to talk about some of the stuff that's happened.
Okay. Yeah. So now let's get back into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something that's I think is different than what a lot of people are expecting, and I've seen a lot of people saying like, you know, people are jumping on bandwagons now. Well, it's because this is truly something different now. This is more than just fans participating. We literally have the man himself, Zack Snyder, helping us. These guys have obviously coordinated. You know, a lot of those guys that have supported us from the beginning. Justin, you know, that we met at the Snyder Con event a while back. You know, those guys had a picture recently with Snyder attending that suicide prevention charity. I think it was like a walk or something like that. And they met with Snyder. And then after that, you could see Snyder has gone balls to the wall. I don't know if he had this plan originally, but these guys were definitely, I think, I don't want to say essential, but they helped definitely get this thing coordinated with Snyder himself. It seems like a coincidence. I'm not sure. But they definitely got this thing coordinated. And so Snyder is timing this stuff at the right time of the day to definitely hit and impact the most. And tomorrow is just going to be, who knows? I mean, there is so many rumors about what could possibly happen. I don't personally think it's going to be announced in any way, because the whole point of this hype is to get it announced, not that it's already announced, because there's no point of hyping if it's going to be announced. That makes absolutely no sense. What's going to happen, and I think Snyder is going to do something tomorrow to force WB's hand. Whatever he's planning to do, if it's some video, some footage, another trailer of just all his stuff that's never been seen, I don't know. But he's going to definitely do something tomorrow that is going to force WB's hand. The cracks are showing, and WB is sweating right now.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I was thinking about this and talking to some of my coworkers during the
How
week
did you
as well.
notice this?
What are those? Yes, they are.
Yeah, we're bitching about budget, but then we got pillows.
Hey. My wife works for Vistaprint. I don't know if I can say that, but I'm going to. And she was kind enough to not only mock up that beautiful poster you see at Matt's house, but she did these pillows for us as well with some lovely quotes on the back. You can't really read mine, but it's a Christopher Reeves one. And Matt's is awesome. Boom. So fitting. But so back on the train again. One of the things I was talking with some of my coworkers that, you know, I've been educating them as things come along. And one of the things we had talked about is just how groundbreaking and different that the Snyder Cut is. If you think about a lot of the director's cuts of movies that have come out recently, or have been kind of in the can, like the Donner cut, for example. Richard Donner was approached later on, and there was this whole thing that was this whole, I guess, the internet pre-internet, or the internet barely existing, but this whole groundswell of people that were pushing for his version, and then WB brought him back. So this is so different because the director's now on board, and and now we're just seeing the groundswell and Twitter, and it's just so different from anything that we've ever seen before. And it doesn't make me wish that Justice League happened, but given that it has now, just imagine if the Snyder Cut would have come out, how different things would have been. And now we're, the type of community that's been built around this whole thing is just insane. There's some infighting, but
yeah, I don't know. Shadow Vessel says, could that be that trailer Dave was talking about? I don't know if Dave did talk about a trailer, but I mean, there's a chance he's gonna. I'm assuming video. It's gonna be video of some kind. I think I saw somebody maybe suggest he might do a live Q&A and pretty much spill the beans completely, like he maybe wanted to do at SnyderCon, and just put it all out there on the record on video. So that way it's there, and WB then basically is going to have to get a line of journalists down the street are going to be like, hey, Zack Snyder says all this. What's your response? And they're just going to put him, they're going to put WB on the spot, man. I'm pretty sure whatever he does, that's the whole point. That's what's going to happen. And man,
yeah,
I don't know.
Right now, the type of momentum, especially, I feel like Justice League came out 5 years ago. To think that this is only almost the 2-year anniversary is insane. And the amount of momentum that has been gained and has continued to push is pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, this, and the other thing is, if for some reason WB tries to sue Snyder for whatever he tries to do, I mean, that is kind of a catalyst what started the Donner Cut. When somebody released an international cut that had a bunch of deleted scenes in it. I'm not quite sure how I can't remember exactly how those people acquired those scenes, but they put together their own cut. It was almost a fan cut that they started distributing out and selling. And then WB sued them. And it brought to light that there was this whole other cut, that there was all these deleted scenes. So that's kind of what brought it to the light during the modern times, was that international cut. Yeah, I don't see how WB can ignore it anymore either.
Yeah.
Like this is definitely amping up with all the record-setting tweets about the release of Snyder Cut, for the release of Snyder Cut campaign anyway. Over 100,000 over 100,000 tweets trending and so forth. I mean, yeah, it's definitely hitting a point. I wish it was more. I wish there was a better way for people to track it on other social media. The focus is so much on Twitter, when I don't really ever feel like Twitter is that big of a social media compared to Facebook and Instagram. I've actually seen a chart, like Twitter gets dwarfed by those two platforms. And if somehow we could grab the analytics and be able to spread the word like we can on Twitter through those two social media sites, it would be even bigger. More like Deadpool wants the Snyder nut. Oh, hell yeah. I love our guy. I love the people that watch us. I love it.
No,
everybody gets this show.
This is one of the things that I've always.
Hold on. I just want to say this.
Wow.
Was Louis Centeno ever right about something? No. And or has. He wants to clarify. Has. And no. That guy is my favorite, though. I have never seen so much ass pull in my life. It's so awesome to read. And then when people question it on it, no, you misread the tweet. I clearly meant this. And like, no, that's not what you meant at all.
Not even close.
It's awesome. I love that dude. He is so funny to read because he gets so defensive. Oh, it's great. I love that guy.
All right, now let me go back to mine.
Sorry.
Crap, that wasn't even the right one.
Hold on. You just put it up. You got to answer it now.
All the shuffling they did right here. All right. So do y'all believe that WB effed up and they know that?
Oh yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons why we don't have the cut.
Yes. And this is what has kind of held me back from believing that we'll get it anytime soon, is like as I wonder oh, man.
Love you guys.
I wonder which direction WB will go. Either they will course correct and follow the way that it should have been to begin with, I know, I think Hardboiled mentioned earlier Justice League 2 would have come out this year, which is just mind blowing to think about, that we would have had Thanos and Darkseid potentially in the same year is insane. And the fact that we don't have that is just annoying. But I also kind of fear that WB could potentially try to force their hand even further in the wrong direction. And I've been kind of honest with how I felt about Aquaman. I'm up in the air about Wonder Woman 84. It's just kind of, it's one of those things. I don't know the direction in which the DC universe is going to go. We've got the awesome Joker, and I would like to see more movies like that, or more movies in the vein of what Snyder was doing. And I just don't know if we're going to get that or not. So that's what's kind of up in the air. And I believe because WB knows that they messed up so bad, they could try to forget the whole thing happened and move on, or they could course correct and go, yeah, you're right. Here, let's maybe release a Snyder Cut. Let's jump on board and maybe not release a Justice League 2, but kind of bring everything back to where it's supposed to be.
So right here, I don't think WB is sweating Zach's activity. According to people like Louis Centeno and Stephen Colbert, there was a meeting between WB and AT&T where they representative Zach last week. I don't know about Stephen Colbert. You'll have to show me that one if he actually said that. But that Louis guy, I wouldn't believe a single word he said. What, you're kidding? You're telling me there was a meeting at WB? Shocker. Who knew that they would do meetings there? I don't know about a WB Zach representative. If that's true, then building up the hype like this and trying to get things to trend isn't necessary if it's just going to be released. Now, there could be a idea of, and I thought about this. Is WB literally playing mind games? Now, what I mean by that is WB is playing the game of the greatest marketing strategy of all time. Meaning, if for some stupid reason the Snyder Cut is not even good, which, I mean, it's obviously going to be 50 times better than that damn thing we got in theaters, and it's Zack Snyder, so it's going to be excellent, more than likely. But even if it's not that good for some reason, whatever, they still have made this movie bigger than anything than the actual Justice League movie itself.
Yep.
Like, it's getting such hype levels at this point, and just the fact that even the people that don't care about Zack Snyder's movies want to see it because they're just like, what the hell is the big deal about this thing? What is going on that everybody is tweeting about it? Like, if you think about it, it's the greatest grassroots marketing strategy of all time. Literally say it never existed, wait 2 years, and bam. Oh, by the way, we found it. It was just tucked in the back on the shelf. Like, we couldn't find it. Right. We only had Lewis in there. He's 5'3". He can't reach all the way. And so, yeah, it just sucks. Couldn't get it.
I just think this is so great. I knew it. As soon as I walked away from that interview, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it made it in that video or in that interview.
I'm sure this is on a little bit late from what I was saying. Guys, you are wrong. The buzz has also helped to market it. Yes, it is. But the thing is that there's clear signs that, yes, this helps market it. And like I said, it could be the greatest grassroots marketing plan of all time. But there's still some, even with the Donner, you got to understand there's like legal complications and everything else. To commit to something like this requires a lot more than a meeting last week. Even if it did happen, it requires a lot, because then you got to meet with all the other people that were cut and get that legally figured out too.
Ray
so there's
Porter.
a lot of legalities to this, because there were so many people cut and so many people that were uncredited, or people that were that got smaller credits than what they were originally from what they originally did in the movie. And that's a huge complication. So that's just the thing. There's more to it. There's a lot more to it than just what you're like, oh yeah, here it is.
Yeah, and I think that's what, to me, that is what is going to delay this. And potentially, I mean, whatever happens tomorrow, we know something's going to happen tomorrow. Whatever happens is going to be crazy.
It's going to break the internet.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure whatever happens tomorrow is going to break the internet.
It will continue to push. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to be a release date, at least me personally. And Matt and I have kind of gone back and forth. He called me a pessimist recently and with some of our texts because I can't be.
I was just being an ass, but yeah.
I think it's because I can't be persuaded to think that something like the release date is coming on Sunday. I just realistically don't think
the thing
that
I was
that's gonna
showing
happen.
you is special. And you know that.
Yeah,
And so it's more than just fan hype. The thing I was showing
I think
you.
I'm keeping it real then. Nope.
And you're like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like,
well,
I
fuck you.
saw that and I was just like, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Well,
yeah, that's
I mean,
cool.
everything, don't get me wrong, everything that's come out this week has been insane. It's been awesome. Some of the stuff has given me butterflies, and I'm super stoked for this to come out. I'm just not, we've had so many letdowns in the past in terms of, oh, something's going to be released at Comic-Con, or maybe 2/14 stands for February 14th or whatever. Like, whatever the case may be, we've had all these different times where people are like, something is going to happen today and it doesn't happen. HBO Max is the most recent thing that everyone just flooded, which was awesome. They flooded the hashtag release the Snyder Cut. The release the Snyder Cut all over that thing. And yet HBO Max just, they no one referenced it. Nothing came of it. So it was one of those things where I'm like, okay, I'm just going to wait for some solid evidence to come out to really tell me, okay, yes, it's going to be released this day. But whatever it is, Snyder, he obviously has some plans brewing in the background, and it's definitely going to break the internet tomorrow. So I can't wait for it.
WB's hand. It's going to be great. Whatever he lays down tomorrow is going to be great. And yeah, Lantern. I don't want. Oh,
well, we both clicked on the same one.
Oh, we keep clicking on it. Yeah, I don't want to get my hopes up too. The thing is, I don't know. Shane's talking about all those other things. To me, I've never believed it was going to come out. All those other supposed rumor times that it was going to come out, I never believed it was going to come out. So I guess the only time I have personally ever felt that there was a chance that something major was going to happen was Snyder Cut. That was a very partial reason why we went. Was I thought he was either going to show us something or announce something, or just flat out tell us something.
I feel like I've been friend zoned by the Snyder Cut. Like, ooh, we're getting a little bit closer. No. Yeah. And then we go on this date in Pasadena, and or it's this beautiful evening, 3 nights actually. Well, we went to 2 of them, and still didn't get anything. And I thought we got more information, which all of this stuff has been more information in terms of what the Snyder Cut entails. But
do you really want to know this, my friend?
Man, I freaking love our fans. This is awesome. But we still haven't gotten anything. We still haven't gotten anything solid that has said, yes, this is when it's coming out. It's just more information and more, as some of you have mentioned, it's more awesome marketing for the Snyder Cut, and it's what people are clamoring for.
Sunday, Carlos. Anyway,
football. NFL.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are you ready for some football? Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, I don't know if he does announce it or somebody does announce it, then that's fuck. I'm glad being wrong. That's always the thing I always find funny. Is that if some people get mad at people saying they don't think it's coming out, I'm like, oh, dude, you can't imagine how much I want to be wrong. Like, I would love to be wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Shane texted me this once before, and I almost put it on Twitter because I thought it was hilarious. But he said the Snyder Cut is like a stripper. You can just keep tossing money at it, or you can keep just like all this, like it's so close, but no touchy, or else you get hit by the fucking bouncer.
Yeah.
Depending on which strip clubs you go, there is some low end ones here. If you look it up, called the Spice House, it smells like ass, but you're guaranteed to walk out of there and breaking your No Nut November pledge.
Oh man,
that's a good pledge right there.
Yes,
to nut every day for November. That's how you really show
not all the
commitment.
Time. Obviously, Matt and I are committing to no shave November.
Are you? What's up with your forehead then?
Okay, Mr. Guy wearing a hat.
That's why I'm wearing a hat.
I'm going for the Nicolas Cage look. He almost played Superman once, so I'm like, hey, that's my Superman. That's my Superman.
I watched South Park. I don't think Shane really follows it too much, but I actually haven't seen the most recent one. I don't know how recent you're talking. If you're talking about like this week, I have yet to see it. So I've watched the last one I watched was the Halloween special. So I guess I'm actually 2 weeks behind now that I think about it. So there we go.
This is one of the things I'm very intrigued about is the rumored post-credit scene, or the final scene in the movie. I don't know if it was like maybe in the credits or whatever, but is the Green Lantern Corps, and if it's going to be in the Snyder Cut. And I agree, I don't think we have scratched the surface, and that's what's so disappointing about the films that are slated: Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad 2.
Hey, we got to trend somehow. We got to fucking be unique.
Exactly. Got to be
everybody's
different.
doing the BVS like watch along things today. I was putting on a thing like everybody's watching the Ultimate Cut. We'll do the theatrical cut.
Yeah,
like,
so there.
Something different because we're contrarians.
That's all, exactly. That's all Trailer Trash can afford.
And we could just bitch about, God damn it. I can't believe that's not there. Yep. My pants surprisingly didn't get zipped up. They're still blue balling from this moment. What is tomorrow, guys? By the way, Zach holding an event or waiting for something from Vero. Okay, so I thought you were just really asking what tomorrow was, like Sunday. Okay, so now, I mean, it's pretty evident that Snyder has coordinated this week posting stuff with the Snyder Cut page and on Twitter and other pages as well. They've definitely done some coordinating to get massive spikes in the hashtag and just showing the growth and the desire for the movie. And he's obviously coordinated this very well. He's released several pictures this week. Almost all the varying Justice League members, I think, except for Wonder Woman. That was the only one he didn't post or didn't have some kind of different picture of. And it's pretty much leading up to tomorrow being the 2-year anniversary that he's going to do something big. And I'm pretty positive it's going to be something to force WB's hand. He's either going to release a trailer, maybe show us some unseen footage, maybe the beginning of the movie, something to that effect, I think. Something to truly break the internet, just to really push the narrative like, hey, my cut exists. It's right here, and WB is holding it back. That narrative that they've been pushing out for the last 2 years, no. This is it right now. This is the moment. And he's good. I can't wait to see what it is. If it's an announcement, then hell, da 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 da. Oh God, do we dare answer this question? Shane's response.
Yeah. I think based on what Jason Momoa recently had said in that interview about, do you think that he couldn't finish it? That there's a possibility maybe he's been working on it this whole time. That's a possibility. And I think maybe some of the things like the Superman picture that he posted recently, where you can tell the entire backdrop is not complete, it's unfinished CGI. There's a possibility. What's that?
A lot of post viz.
Yeah,
that Superman picture had post viz. Even that picture he gave the Nice Cast behind the van, I'm pretty sure is a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't even have a temporary backdrop like he talked about with other ones. So I always go by what he told me at SnyderCon, which no one seems to remember. So I mean, I'm not saying that we matter at all, but the poster I always see circled on everybody's 214 accounts is that poster right over there. There we go. That one right there. Because it's our picture. Because I asked him what the runtime was. And I also asked him how complete the VFX were. And he told me incomplete. And he puts out several pictures where it's incomplete. just like he said. Now, the varying degree of how much it's complete, who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's 80% or 60% or 95. I'm just saying from the pictures he's shown, a lot of them are post-viz. The Wonder Woman one being pre-viz, which means that hasn't even been touched because he's showing pre-viz. So all it is green screens, wires, mics, and everything else. There's maybe some sets, but he didn't have confidence in showing the actual picture from the movie. He showed a pre-viz picture. So yeah, I don't see. Some people always say it's like it's a copyright thing or something, or something to that effect, and I don't understand that really at all.
I don't think so, because there have been some pictures like as some of the Ezra Miller ones, for example, that have been pretty much completed, from what it seems like. So,
hey, I'm going off of what Hughes said. He said 92 to 95% at one point, and he said he has seen some things that make him believe that. So he also did believe it was a shorter cut, but who knows what that actually entails necessarily, because he wasn't exactly told a runtime. He was just said it was a shorter cut, a 3 hour, maybe a little bit more than that cut. So that's just what I go by. I mean, I don't know how much work and how much money it would take to fix all that stuff up. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Snyder is funding all that, finding investors and everything to complete that. Who knows? I don't know. It seems unlikely to me, especially when you have no guarantee that the film will ever be released the way WB is. If Toby Emmerich is in power this whole time, you may never get to release it. So to spend all that money to finish it, it doesn't seem like the investors would. There's nobody to really invest in that, because you're going to be like, okay, you can invest in this, but there's a very good guarantee this will never see the light of day. All right, I'm in. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Thank you very much for Jack Anoff.
I'm so glad you read that out loud.
I had to make sure I tried to say it right. Zach will share a pic of his favorite spider. Oh, fuck you! I didn't even read that. I didn't read it yet. I was laughing at the name. You motherfucker. Yeah. Knowing WB, maybe they'll announce the Donner cut of Justice League. Man, I love you guys. This is a good night. This is definitely a good night. Oh man.
I think this is something that would be cool to talk about. So there have been a lot of I guess speculation on how much of the film, obviously the runtime, things like that, that are completed. What Matt and I have talked about, I believe on previous episodes, but definitely at nauseum off recording, is that we just want whatever Snyder decides to compromise with. It may be the full version, the 214 minutes. Or it may be some sort of slightly different version of that. And whatever Snyder is going to go with, that's the version that I'm cool with as well. So if they release it on HBO Max and maybe they say, okay, let's just use a good portion. Let's use the 95% that you have, maybe trim out a couple scenes and things like that. I'm okay with it as long as Snyder is okay with it. I think that's the biggest key. Is I don't want Warner Brothers dictating, oh, here, we'll give you an hour and a half or whatever the hell it is. I think
an hour and a half. An hour and a half.
I think it needs to be Snyder's version. It needs to be whatever he decides to go with and say, you know what, this is good enough to release to my fans.
Yeah, because like if you look at the, whatever the quality of the movie is, a post-viz and stuff like that, like just the recent one with He Has Yet to Rise, the Superman one, like you can look at it and, heavily the background, that's post-viz. The hand is Doomsday. You can still see the hole in his chest from after getting stabbed. I mean, you could even look. I'm looking right at it right now. You can look at his hand that's being sprawled out, and you could still see some of the green screen, like the effects. Like his hand isn't quite cleaned up yet. Like there's still some work on that needs to be done. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be zoomed in on it when I watch it on my big screen TV.
Yeah.
So that's. I mean, that's what's important, right, guys? So I don't know. Yeah.
This is pretty freaking awesome. You just paid for 1 month of Adobe Premiere for us.
Oh,
That's fantastic. Thank you, Man of Martian or Martin. Sorry, Man of Martin. $20, man. Thank you. Bravo.
thank you, sir. So we got to answer
And
this question. Was
yeah,
I the only one
no,
that was going?
definitely not. No, you were not the only one flipping out when Junkie XL announced they finished the score. This was one of the things
On
to
record,
me.
like it's on
Yes.
record. That's what makes it so important that he is explicitly asked that, and he explicitly answers, like for the most part. And that's tremendous, and that's what needs to happen. If you look at the likes and shit and the retweets on that specific one on Screen Rants, anyway, like it's huge. Like that's the most I've seen for like an article for theirs in a while, in a long time, and that got a lot of traction because a lot of people know. Even the most basic layman knows that if a score is complete, well, shit, the movie can't be that far behind. It's not an assembly cut.
Yeah, this was one of the things that I could not believe was that it was completed, and this was one of the things that I thought might hold up a good portion of the film being completed was the fact that Junkie XL. That's what I wanted one of the most, aside from obviously the movie itself, but the fact that the score is now completed. I feel like I'm like Matt and I are on an episode of like Chatterbait or something, and you guys are like, bling, $10 for this.
Yeah, is this like chat roulette? Do I have to?
Gosh. That's fantastic, man. Fury of Firestorm, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Cool. Really appreciate it.
We'll look into the body pillows as soon as possible. Now that we got
so as a huge Superman fan, I own actually several different versions of the Death of
maybe
Superman.
that's what he leaks though.
I would be so thrilled if there's a black suit Superman. That was one of the things when we got the additional footage or whatever from the Justice League Blu-ray or whatever came out with the additional scene. That was one of the things that I was kind of disappointed with is Zack Snyder. I know how close he is to the character of Superman and just these comics in general. And the fact that black suit Superman and no beard or even a mullet, not even a mullet, were in this version of Justice League, I'm going to say I was kind of disappointed because I love that freaking, a lot of people hated the mullet, but that's when I started reading Superman comics. It was right in the 90s and he had a mullet. So it was normal. And pro wrestling, they all had the long hair. So it was normal to me and I freaking loved it. So it'd be fantastic if there is some more incorporation of the black suit.
Sam Parker, Junkie XL is expensive, time-consuming part of getting the score released and ready. This is such good news. Exactly. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Jose M, thank you, sir, kindly for your $2. Thank you very much. All I have is Snyder Cut thoughts. Yeah, it feels like that sometimes. Definitely when you start kind of like, you want to just like, okay, let it do its own thing. And then it pulls you back in, especially this week with Snyder. Man, he has unleashed the Kraken in so many ways. Is that a no nut November type thing? And anyway, maybe that's what he'll show tomorrow. No. Hashtag Zach Dick Pics. Anyway,
let's get that trending. This was something that Matt and I had kind of gone back and forth on because it seems like that everybody knows, and the way that the opening credit sequence was shot together, it was very Snyder-esque. And to me, it fit. And I'm like, oh, that's obviously a Snyder thing. But then a lot of people have said, nope, that was actually Joss Whedon. So I'm not really sure, but I do enjoy that
song. I remember there was a tweet a while back.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of showed that no, that's not Snyder's opening credits. So, and I enjoyed the Everybody Knows song, and I kind of enjoyed the opening credits for the most part. There's some weird parts in it. So if it's not Snyder's, I'm really curious how the movie opens up.
I like right when you said I like the Everybody Knows and the opening credits scene, like we lost like 2 viewers instantly. Like we got ticked down immediately when you said that. Yeah, the way Snyder opens his movies and he kind of give him a CG.
It'd be better than the stupid mustache.
Oh man, that'd be tremendous. I love to see that. He looked like a video game character. The thing is that the Superman picture, going back to it, you look at it, it's Doomsday killing Superman again. And from what Snyder has shown, from MOS to BVS, that's how he opens up his movies, showing the events from a different angle. And now I think it's just from a different perspective. We're seeing the death of Superman again from another angle, and I think that's how that movie is going to open. And so, Alex, thank you, sir. I got you.
Nice.
Yeah, you got me. There we go. Damn camera. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, Sam Parker. Oh, okay, go ahead. That's fine.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No,
This is kind of what Matt and I had talked about even when Justice League first came out, was that it did kind of seem like he was trying to be like, oh, this is what Zack Snyder would do. Yep, exactly.
Like he was trying to make it less of a Frankenstein film, and he probably took pieces from Snyder footage, because like Lois going up to the memorial was probably something Snyder shot, but he just kind of inserted into an opening credits shot. So yeah, it's definitely. It's crazy that they were able to still put Zach's name as director on that movie. But then you think about it, like all the shots that were just repurposed, but were shot by Zach. But the magic of movie making, you can just repurpose scenes so well. And like you can see that in the trailer, they obviously repurposed a lot of scenes. So yeah, that's the magic of that's the magic of movies and stuff. They just repurposed all of Zach's scenes to keep his name on there almost, and inserted shitty dialogue.
Yeah, which is just terrible.
Did you hear about the rumors that Zach being courted by HBO Max and DC content alongside James Wan? If true, blah, 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 gets his cut released. You did. The thing is that Snyder just got back. Like he posted that like a week ago that he was back at his office. Like he's been in Albuquerque and New Jersey, down in Atlantic City. I don't think any talks have really happened with WB. I've always said this, and I still believe it to this day. Whenever we get somebody that can do a documentary on what basically happened in that like 5, 6 years of DC entertainment, I think that would honestly almost be more interesting than the Snyder Cut itself.
Yeah.
Because all the crap they pulled from basically right after Man of Steel, because remember, BVS was supposed to come out in 2015. Something obviously changed, and they moved it to 2016. Some script rewrites, changing the way the story was going. Obviously, Suicide Squad was a hack job. Justice League, hack job. And then the reshuffling after that with all the executives that got canned after that. It's a fascinating story. Fascinating. And it makes me itchy.
But on that note, going back to that, I would love if Zach, James Wan, whoever wanted to be a part of the HBO Max and produce some DC content. The DC Universe app is okay, but it just doesn't have a whole lot of stuff on it. It's just kind of there. I've read some of the comics, but even the comics end at a certain point. Matt and I have gone back and forth on Titans a little bit.
Not anymore. I stopped after episode 3.
Yeah, pretty much. They do mention a place in Nevada that's somewhat sort of close to where we live, which I thought was kind of funny. And they make
it Elko, right?
Yep. They make it seem like that in this.
Elko's got one off ramp. It's got one off ramp, and they got a big metal deer right there in front. Like that's the only thing they're known for, and just shitty everything else. There's like a great story that my friend told me about how they went to a bar, but it turned out to be a strip club, and the bartender woman was the stripper, and that was the only one they had. And so all of a sudden the owner is like, "Hey, get on the stage," and she puts down the beer openers and stuff, and she gets up there and she's just like, just all drunk and everything. It was awful. It was a funny story though. That's how Elko is.
Yeah, pretty much.
One woman strip clubs.
But the DC Universe app, I kind of wish, I hope when it gets to HBO Max that we get everything that is DC content, because that's you can tell they don't have the rights to all of their stuff. So they're just like, oh, well, we'll show pretty much everything that I own anyways, which is, all the original Supermans, the original Batmans. The animated series is kind of cool. Batman, the animated series being on there, but they just don't have everything. And it's kind of frustrating. So I don't find myself like clamoring for, ooh, what's next? There's some animated movies. Matt and I have watched those. I believe Red Sun's supposed to come out on it as well. But I've watched Titans, a little bit of Doom Patrol, and that's kind of it. I I don't find myself going back to it consistently going, ooh, what else have they posted on there? So I hope when they get to HBO Max, and if there is some sort of something in the can for future DC properties, it'd be awesome if Snyder was a part of those.
In some fashion. I mean, even the simplest things, it would be nice to see him, but I just don't see him going back. All the freedom he had with Netflix, I think that was probably so liberating for him. Snow, Steam, Iron, and then Netflix.
Yeah.
It's his own game. It's him doing him. I mean, he was the director of photography. He was the cinematographer for Army of the Dead. I mean, he did everything. I think he was like he's going to be credited like a writer, director, cinematographer, probably something else. Throw in producer, maybe Waterboy as well. I'm sure he's going to get all those credits. And I think he just got to have so much fun doing it.
Yeah.
Being out there, out in New Mexico and in the casinos, the rundown abandoned casinos of Atlantic City. I think that's just what he wants more than anything. Would he take a more studio guided job again? I don't know. It just doesn't feel like that's something he would do. So I've had this comment up here, but good evening, Prime. And then made it to a live stream. Yes, you did, sir. And I believe.
And we're signing off.
I believe I thought I saw somebody donated to us.
Boom.
There it is.
Thank you kindly, JBM.
I love airplane quotes. Thank you. You ever been to a Turkish? Oh God, what is it? Turkish. Turkish bathroom. Man, I forgot what it was. Basically, have you ever seen Gladiators? Have you ever seen a gladiator fight? Something like that. I can't remember all of them. Man, I'm really mad at myself right now. I can't remember exactly what they all are. Roger, Victor, Vector. Anyway, all right. Man, we should just do a whole. We should do originally tonight we were gonna do a watch along, but then like all this hype came around the Snyder Cut, and we were gonna do a watch along to Batman Forever.
Yes,
which
we still will.
Oh, I'm not gonna put a complete guarantee on it, but it might be next week or at least one more week after that. We're gonna do Batman Forever. We've been wanting to do a Batman, one of those Schumacher Batmans, and might as well do the one with Jim Carrey in it. So we're definitely going to try to get that here either next week or the week after that, hopefully.
But Matt and I had talked about, because if we decided to,
I don't know why. Turkish prison. Thank you.
Yes.
That's what it is. Thank you. Thank you, Fury of Firestorm.
But we had talked about that if we were going to do a Batman Forever watch along and everyone else is doing BVS, we probably look like a couple jackasses. So maybe it actually would have been fitting, but.
Exactly. Army of the Dead credits is going to be a middle finger to WB. Exactly. He's going to have his name all over that thing. And it is going to be him completely. So that's what's going to be good.
I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. That's okay.
Go ahead.
So on this, the other one was just this one. Sure. I am serious and no comment Shirley. I use that a lot.
Everybody start doing airplane quotes.
Right. All right. Go back to the other one. I don't even remember where that was. Oh, right here. So I have started seeing. I don't know if Netflix is one of them, but I know Amazon Prime. Don't hate me, but I know Disney Plus as well. They have started showing like UHD or equivalent of 4K on their streaming service. So we might not be able to buy it on Blu-ray, but it might just be available on 4K, and hopefully till the end of time, until Netflix closes or whatever the hell they do. But I think Netflix is probably in that same realm of they're going to show like a UHD version or close to 4K. So hopefully we get that, but I don't think it'll be available on Blu-ray.
Hello, somebody out there. There you go. Yeah, there it is. Have you ever been in Turkish prison? Yeah, Batman Forever before Sonic comes out because Jim Carrey's in both.
Yes.
But didn't they push back Sonic because they redid the
it's February now.
Yeah,
I believe. It was supposed to be.
We want
November.
to do it a little bit sooner than that.
Yeah,
maybe we'll find another Jim Carrey movie to do because there's plenty of them that we can do. Are you sure? Because, dude, we're gonna have a jolly good time with that one. If we
Yes.
ever do that,
Jose, you will be there.
you
You
will
will
be there.
yes. Because it's going to be fantastic. And we will all get drunk and Matt and I will just be on camera doing it.
I think also back to that Blu-ray question about the Netflix Army of the Dead. I know The Irishman is getting like a theatrical release as well, while
I had
being on
heard
Netflix.
that. Yeah.
So it seems like Netflix is stepping up their content and what they may or may not do outside of their own platform. So hopefully, I love Netflix and everything, but I would love to have Blu-ray Army of the Dead with some behind the scenes, hopefully a commentary by Snyder. I would love
Oh,
that.
yes. Absolutely. These are this and Suicide Squad. The fact that they had a test audience that they showed it for and they decided to change some things off of pissed me off. And I agree with this comment as well. You stupid idiots. Part of me wonders if their test audience was just their reactions that they got on Batman vs Superman on fucking Rotten Tomatoes beep and Rotten Tomatoes or something. And that caused them to go, oh, actually, let's just do it this way because this is what people obviously want to see.
Another airplane quote. You got to get these people to a hospital. What is it? It's a big building. It's a big building with a lot of people in it, but that's not important, right? See you later, man.
Oh, yep. I was just doing the same one. Stop it.
That's the only problem with this system. You keep clicking. It's like, no.
See you, sir. And yes, this has been Matt and I have talked about, and unfortunately, the fall is super busy for us. But we had talked about doing
end of year.
Yeah,
end of the year is a pain in the ass.
We talked about doing a lot of watch-alongs, and we had a plethora of like, oh, it would be really cool. I follow a plethora. Exactly. I follow a couple of pretty funny Instagram pages, and one of them shows just some old like 80s and horrible 90s movies, and some of them like with Hulk Hogan. And I was like, I told Matt, I can't remember what movie we were going to see, but I was like, man, how fantastic would that be to watch like one of the classic, just terrible, cheesy 90s like Hulk Hogan or some action movies. We talked about Last Action Hero. Yeah, exactly. Maybe some different Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. It'd be fantastic, but we just can't seem to find the time. So hopefully soon.
Yeah, we live too far away from travel. It's like 10 minutes. It's just yeah. So anybody joining late, I just want to kind of reiterate, like, because I kind of saw some of these comments, like, what could possibly happen tomorrow? What do we think is going to happen tomorrow? All I can say for certainty is that I know I would be surprised anyway if Snyder doesn't drop something tomorrow that will break the internet. I feel like in some way he's going to do something. It could either be video, a trailer. He could show us the beginning of the movie, or something very, very huge within the movie, like some kind of twist or something like that. It might be spoilers tomorrow, for all we know, like more spoilers than ever. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be something like that. That's truly going to change the dynamic in the system right now, and hopefully, it will force WB's hands.
Exactly, Mr. Nanny.
We can watch Kindergarten Cop.
Yes, Kindergarten Cop. Hey, that was actually on probably about a month ago, and I was getting sucked into it. I'm like, it's terrible, but good.
It's not a tumor. Anyway, I can't do it, Arnold. Fingers crossed on an exclusive first 10 minutes of the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
That's because his beginning would probably, his start of the film would probably be very, very different, and than what we got.
I think that might, if we do get that might just make me even more sad for what has happened.
Or he might do a personal video announcing the Snyder Cut. I don't know if he'll be announcing it, but he's gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if he does something that puts WB on the spot in a way of like, some of this narrative is not exactly it. I shouldn't have been credited. They changed a lot. Maybe he just totally takes WB, kicks WB right in the dick, takes him to Dick Kick City, and just spills the beans completely about what happened. He could put him on the spot like that, and just kind of speak the truth.
Some of the stuff he's been doing, that was the one that showed up on the Instagram was Suburban Commando, and I could not think of the name, but it was so awesome. I got stuck watching it was one of those Instagram videos that you can watch for like 10 minutes, and I was just sitting there. The Undertaker was in it. I completely forgot about that. So fantastic stuff. But with a lot of the things, man of
Thank
Martin,
you,
you are
man.
awesome.
Martin. Got to go tomorrow, dude. Be sure to check out. We hopefully have a really cool video dropping tomorrow. Put a lot of work in this one. It's kind of like, I hope it's a definitive kind of Snyder Cut type video to get, to put out all the possible information that is out there on the cut, and hopefully it becomes a definitive video for information. 10 minutes would help we get the full release like Deadpool. Yeah, they're gonna put, and the whole talk about Ryan Reynolds lately. I mean, that kind of leads to leak it out. I mean,
I would love if Ryan Reynolds was the one to leak it. That would just be freaking perfect. Thank you, Dark Side's Elite. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much, guys. This is awesome today. So it's really helps us, oh yeah, if he announces it, the net will break. Yeah, yeah, it's what will happen to Joss Whedon after the Snyder Cut comes out? Probably nothing. It's definitely going to be the executives. Like, Whedon already, I think, gets a lot of shit for a lot of this, when really he was kind of more following orders. I don't know. Maybe I'm too soft on him for the most part, but I've always been surprised with his the fact that he doesn't say stuff. Like, he could easily just trash Snyder or trash something about the process, and he's been pretty radio silent when it comes to anything like that. But the Ben Shapiro tweet, subtweeting him and saying #release the Snyder Cut to the Joss Whedon subtweet, was one of the freaking funniest things I ever seen. I don't care about your politics. That was so goddamn funny when he did that to him. Just the greatest retort I have ever seen about something political. Whedon is making a series on HBO?
I did not know that.
HBO Max? He's going to be doing stuff for HBO Max, or is he just like doing something else?
Regular HBO? I don't know. I have not heard that.
Yeah, maybe he will save the universe that he was supposed to start with Green Lantern.
Boom. Green Lantern's light. I'm not wearing a ring, but
I think we showed these images a long time ago in an old video. We'd have to like dig them up again. But Shane and I went to the premiere night of Green Lantern. I don't know. Now we got
it's on our social media too, I think.
We got more viewers, so some people may not know this story, but it's one of the funniest damn things ever, because I'm a huge Green Lantern fan, and I was so excited, and I like Ryan Reynolds for the most part. National Lampoon, all that stuff he did. I loved a lot of things that he was in, and this is back when they had midnight showings, and the theater at the time that we went to, you could not schedule a seat or anything like that, so you had to get there early, and it was a midnight showing, and we showed up like 9:30 or 10.
Yep, because
that's
around the time. That's what you always did. That's what
Dark
we did.
Knight.
Yep.
Hell, I even did that for X-Men Origins Wolverine, which was
we did that for Superman Returns, believe it or not. Yeah, we did it for a lot. And so that was just kind of what you did back in the day. You wait for the midnight release. This was before the 6 p.m. releases as well.
So we're like, we get in, we go up there, there's a guy standing there in front of the theater door, and he's like, and we're like, is this the theater for Green Lantern? He's like, yeah. It's like, okay, where do you want us to get in line? Because we had to get in line before. He's like, I guess you could just go right there. Like, he didn't really give a shit. Yeah. So he dragged a bench. Like,
we're like, sweet. So we're the start of the line. Okay, that's cool.
Like Men in Black. We just drag this thing, drag it over there, and we sit down. Yeah, we really didn't need to get there that early. We were the only people in that theater to see Green Lantern that night. I think like 3 more people came in late. We were the only ones.
It was fantastic. Opening night, we're like, well, I guess we misjudged this one.
Yeah. And I sat there sad and disappointed at 1 a.m. in the morning watching my favorite superhero go to crap.
Yep, I agree with this.
Yeah, yeah. The script was so bad. It totally missed the mark on Green Lantern. That's what just surprises me so much. And what's so crazy is First Flight, the Green Lantern animated movie, came out in 2009, which was an excellent Green Lantern story. Excellent. Why not just transition something like that over? It's like the template was already set. Make it like that, and they didn't. They screwed the pooch. I don't know. And plus Jeff Johns certified that one too. Don't forget that. I just want to say your name again. Thank you for the $2.99, Jack and off.
A little bit of the bubbly. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
Yes, and a Chris Jericho reference.
That's
A little bit of
perfect.
the bubbly. Which was funny the first time I heard it, but now people have spammed the shit out of that.
Oh man, you guys
Wow.
are fantastic.
See, these are super chats.
Now I'm curious what JBM stands for, but I really don't want to know.
I do like though that you kind of like censored nipples, like you used a one and the exclamation, and even milk. You used an exclamation point for milk.
That ensures we stay on YouTube. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. That makes sure your super chat gets through prime and peachy. Yeah, you know, with YouTube now you have to certify that you're not children's content. Like, there's so many weird things they're doing now because like some act got passed and like it screwed up like me loading up a video and stuff. So it's crazy what YouTube is doing right now, and the monetary gains from it all is just non-existent. You know, it's sad. Like I could even, you know, when people say like, I don't, you know, I could see how some people make a living off of YouTube, but man, sometimes it is tough. Like that, our one Snyder Cut video, I think, broke over 50,000 views, which is awesome. And thank you to everybody that watched that, spread the word on that one. It broke 50,000 views, and I was like, man, I wonder how much this video made. And I looked at the overall number of how much money that video made, $60 for 50,000 views. Yeah, I was just blown away. I was like,
pretty much
man.
have to be the first into your market and just do incredibly well and have a fantastic niche. You know, like Ryan's toy review. That's my favorite. Bastard little kid.
I always said WB still should have acted like the GL movie existed, and then just intro Jon Stewart. You know, that could be a possibility. Like the mythos is set, at least, that there was an attack by a shitty fart cloud. So I guess that would be kind of cool. But then like Amanda Waller was in that, so it would be like and I'm pretty sure she died. I don't know if Lantern's still in here, but I'm pretty sure she died. So then it wouldn't fit in with Suicide Squad, or it's a different. Maybe it's Amanda Waller Jr.
Like Lex Luthor. Just to address this, I hope that something insane happens and it just speeds up the momentum that is currently already happening, the buzz and everything that's coming along with it. So hopefully something happens tomorrow and it's huge and forces WB to go, okay, you know what? Here it is. Here's the date it's going to come out. Or they partner with Zack Snyder and we get some confirmation that Snyder's going to be working to finish his film. They're investing maybe X amount of dollars, or they're just going to release what version they have on HBO Max or something along those lines. That's what I'm hoping will happen. But either way, whatever happens tomorrow, I think we'll just continue the momentum and continue to keep the buzz out there. The fact that it's been 2 years and we just continue to go strong, this whole community is fantastic.
So Waller does live, man. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Honestly, actually, I think the last time I saw Green Lantern was Lantern's fan cut that he sent us. I think that was the last time I saw it. So that was a couple years ago. And yeah. Oh, Hal saves her with a pool of water. Man, why do I not remember that at all? I thought I remember her going through a glass window. And man, okay. Hardboiled entertainment. So, what's your most anticipated scene in the Snyder Cut? I want to see the history battle with Uxas. I think that'd be different and just have it be way more impactful. I think his history lesson's going to be way more. The Green Lantern in that one, seeing the gods actually talk to each other and actually, seem like they're the spirit, the man, the Atlanteans, the Amazons. I think it's just going to be an epic battle, and that's something I'm looking probably most forward to.
Mine, I think, would probably be the resurrection scene. I know a lot of that is Snyder himself, but I'm curious because there's still, unfortunately, Joss Whedon in there. I'm curious what part is actually Snyder, and that's really kind of something that I'm most intrigued by, because obviously that's the one of the big turning points in the film is bringing Superman back. So I'm curious why and where that whole thing goes.
Yeah, it's Superman scenes are going to be interesting. I think Cyborg scenes too. That end battle is going to be interesting with the League dying. I'm curious how graphic it is.
Yeah,
because that's another thing that I think I might have saw. I don't know where I saw, or maybe I thought of it. Can't tell you the difference. But somebody said if Snyder actually gets his choice with the Snyder Cut, he'd probably make it R. And if he's going to put it out,
yeah.
it'll probably be. It may be a lame R like the BVS Ultimate Cut, but it might be fairly graphic for what we see, because I'm sure he might just go all balls out. Speaking of fan cuts, what's your anticipation level for Chris Dawson's Black Suit Edition on a scale of 1 to break No Nut November? I already broke No Nut November, so
it would be pretty close to that. Just the work that he's putting into it, you can already tell is going to be insane.
It's going to be fun to watch for sure. I can't,
and I do not envy him at all.
Yeah, no. And hopefully, when that does get released, I think Lantern, if he's still in here, we're hoping to do a collaboration with him for and we're gonna watch it together. It'd be a watch together live stream thing. Oh shit. For Manly Love, be here in March 25th. Is that referring March 25th? Is that referring to SnyderCon?
I don't remember.
When we were dying on the bed.
I'll be here March 25th at 2:15. I don't know.
Oh God, we have. Honestly, how awesome would the Black Suit be? That'd be cool if he drops that instead.
Yeah, right. Zack Snyder does.
Yeah. Oh shit, we're clicking on the same.
All right,
go ahead.
Oh, Matt. Bam. Is this the one here?
Matt, can you move over to your right about a foot?
Matt's trying to show all of the cool stuff in the background.
Yeah, apparently I have to be someone super anal about stuff. You can't just have an angle. Well, if you see right here, it's kind of hard for me to move.
I just like the Shane is perfect, period, as always. Thank you.
Man, someone's gonna tell him.
Except someone in our latest YouTube video where we do the interviews said I'm stiff as someone from Plankety Plank from Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah, that stupid cartoon from a long time ago. Ed, and Eddie.
Fuck you.
Where he had a board of wood, and he said you were stiffer than a board of wood.
Yep, accurate.
Dumb and Dumber. Is that us, or are you just using that as a suggestion?
Right? Or is that a watch along suggestion? I would think Beavis and Butthead, because that's how we laugh.
It's so crazy to think about how much concept art never got released from JL. I bet there's a piece of Darkseid killing Lois as the art was based on the OG script. I don't think the thing is though. I think that was meant for Justice League 2. Even if it was the OG script for Justice League 1, I don't think killing Lois was Justice League 1. I think that was just meant for Justice League 2. So I bet we would have, if we would have gotten more art, we would definitely have the picture of Uxas or Darkseid. Yeah. That would be a mainstay for sure.
Let's see. There was one that
I got one right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Common Winners, hypothetically, what type of announcement do you believe we get? We will get, and what is that you hope we get? Well, hope would be an announcement that it is being released. That would be my, and that would be fucking phenomenal, because we have always said that it's going to be down the line, fairly Donner Cut-ish, and not to the extent of 25 years, but we always thought 5 years, would be 5.
Yep.
Nowhere, maybe 10.
Probably realistic, yeah.
That's what we always thought. But what Snyder has done this week, he changed the game. And I think it's put a lot of pressure on WB. And if we get an announcement tomorrow, that'd be phenomenal. And if it's for HBO Max, it's for HBO Max. I still don't quite like the HBO Max thing, because I think putting a paywall subscription service in front of something always is going to make it difficult. But I guess if anything is going to draw people to it,
yep,
could be the Snyder Cut. So I guess that's kind of the point.
That's what we thought.
I still think you would make
Universe,
more money if you did both. If you had it on the subscription service and did digital downloads, I think you would make more money. Yeah. But I guess maybe with digital downloads, there's a chance people would pirate it easier. So maybe that's what they're trying to avoid. Mm-hmm. But I don't see how people can't just screen capture their computers on HBO Max and
do the same thing. I mean, yeah, we're in the age of pirating for sure. This was something that got brought up earlier in this live stream. Was Film Junkie implying Snyder Cut could be released in an episodic format as a way to get it finished? I think that would be awesome, and it would also kind of allow for more intrigue of, okay, here's, if tomorrow Snyder releases the first 10 minutes, and then maybe the first episode is whatever 30 minutes or so, and kind of goes that way. That would be insane, and a very unique way of doing it. I don't know if I can handle that, because you'd watch a half an hour and then be like, son of a bitch, what's happening now? But I still think it'd be cool and unique.
With Joker passing $1 billion, which was phenomenal at the box office, the chance to get a Deathstroke film, hopefully with Joe Manganiello. I don't know, man. It unfortunately feels like they're trying to avoid this universe. I would almost lend it to be, if the Snyder Cut gets released and Joe Manganiello has a part in that, and there's a response to his Deathstroke, that we could have a low budget, similar storytelling system with like Joker with Deathstroke, which I think is, to me, makes the most sense. Like, that's a character you can easily do a low budget movie and just show his rise to being the most, one of the greatest assassins of all time in the DC universe.
I totally forgot about this part, and that's like in the bathroom, and he realizes what time it is. I totally forgot about that part. And now I feel horrible.
I can't believe that. Kick his ass, Seabass, indeed. Yep. Oh, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think this is just kind of part of assumption with how everything's going. Tomorrow's the anniversary of Justice League, and there have been some rumors that the entire week was to build for tomorrow. Obviously, we didn't get anything today, but it has been building, and there's been more information that's been released. So that's kind of what we're assuming. If there's nothing tomorrow, then we all look like Dumb and Dumber. But I think there will be something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but it feels things like we're coordinated this week with Snyder and posting to change things, and so you're trying to talk around certain things. Sorry, but it's just we could say there's things that have definitely been said that it's something significant is gonna happen tomorrow. What it is, not sure, but a lot of the things are lending towards some kind of video, something that will push WB's hand. So I think we're gonna have to call it there. We're at an hour and 18 minutes, guys. We got up to 86 people.
That's insane. I just stopped paying attention when it was at 69 people. I was like, perfect. That's all we get.
Right. Yeah, no, we got up to like 30, and I was like, "That's cool." And now we got up to 86. Real quick, I'll talk about this. The RTSC Twitter keeps mentioning towards the finishing line, so yeah, it's implied something's coming. Yeah, and they've obviously been part of some of the coordinating for the most part, getting this thing coordinated with Snyder, the timing and everything to let people know. I mean, Chris Wong did a video about how to what is it, time your tweets, or like you could schedule tweets. That's what it was. I
Yeah.
didn't know you could do that. Like he was setting up scheduling tweets. So you could be at work and the tweets would come out right at this particular time to get the hashtag trending and boost the analytics and everything. And that's kind of the point. Am I? What am I playing coy about, Snyder? Lantern.
Oh, nice.
Lantern. I would like to know. Have a good night. Oh, here we go. Oh, damn it.
Great minds think alike, and so do ours, apparently. Have a good night, Fury of Firestorm. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Kept this going. We appreciate it, and we will definitely lay our weary heads.
It's a Shadow Vessel. I'll hang out with you guys for 214 minutes. Damn straight. So be ready tomorrow. Be ready tomorrow. I think Snyder's been pretty consistent about his time. It's been between basically 8 and 10 Pacific Standard Time in the morning, from what I've seen. I mean, he does kind of go nuts and start unloading like Batman and a bunch of Superman stuff, just talking about Henry Cavill in general, and then that Snyder cut picture as well.
Thank you,
Yep.
Dan Steele.
Hashtag
and fantastic name. I like it.
Dan Steele. Get ready for tomorrow, guys. Hopefully, maybe I shouldn't be hyping up our videos that much, but hopefully it gets done tonight, and I hopefully we'll be able to lay it out a good, solid video for everybody for the Snyder Cut and everything. And thank you to everybody that I used my free super chats on you guys. Thank you. I don't know what that I've seen that brought up every once in a while when I go to a live video, that like YouTube will peddle like get a super chat on us or something type thing. So thank you. I think that's what you mean. Awesome. I think that's what you mean. Yeah. Yep. You guys do the viewing if the you guys need to do a viewing if the SC gets released.
Absolutely.
We'll try to do something no matter what happens pretty much tomorrow. I know Shane's busy tomorrow. And I'm busy tomorrow, but Shane's more busy because he's got more of a personal commitment. So
yeah, it's my son's birthday. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah. So he's 20.
Yep.
Still living in
exactly. Based on the gray hairs.
Doesn't Shane look like an old Labrador sometimes? Like, you look at that face and stuff, like you ever have like an old black lab and stuff, and it has those little gray hairs right there.
If you've ever seen my wife, I had a coworker say that I was robbing the cradle. She's only a year younger than me, but he thought I was way older. So I was like, thanks, I think.
Oh man. So
all right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Note. Yeah, we gotta call it good, man.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, and a New Year. Out.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening and good night. Oh yeah, that's right. All right.